welcome back to the cold ass Montana garage for part 2 of Roll Bar 001. If it ever gets warm enough for me to move away from this heater, I'll try to get some work done. Next day, I'm back out in the Montana garage. I called it quits last night after getting the roll bar kind of positioned, and I guess I was just too lazy to keep on going the next part. It was late. So today we're back out here. We're working on the outrigger. So this 2x3 tubing, I think it is, came with the Chris Alston Chassis Works kit. And so they give you this because, like I said, on 55 it has to be tied to the frame. So I got it marked where I'm going to cut it. So just envision the frame is right here. This is going to stick out from the frame. I'm going to cut it at an angle because why not? Thought it might look a little better. I'm going to weld it to the frame like this with the tall side up and down. I read somewhere that that's stronger. So somewhere right in here is where the roll bar will come down and land on top of that and get welded to it. We're going to cut this at an angle. I'll weld a cap on it. Hopefully that'll make it a little stronger too. Then we'll take it back under the car, kind of hold it in position, and then we'll be able to use that to mark the roll bar, because the roll bar sticks through the frame right here. Outriggers can come out here, so we're gonna have to cut, you know, a little bit of this off. We'll figure that out once we get the outriggers cut and welded, and then we'll bring them under here to figure out how to cut the main hoop. Then we will pull the main hoop back out of the car, chop it off where it needs chopped off, weld the outriggers to the frame. The hardest part for me is gonna be taking all my SPI primer off the frame. I might try a tier or two, but we'll have to touch that all up. It's gonna need some grinding in a few different spots here. Anyways, that's the plan. We'll see how far we're gonna get today. I just got a few hours out here probably, but every little bit helps. Got my chop saw set back up. I'm kind of thinking I should probably just cut this with the death wheel because I'm not sure how accurate. It doesn't seem like that thing, it kind of wanders and whatever. We'll try it. I got this line drawn here. We'll chop her this way, get her at the right angle, and in theory it should work, right? We're about to find out. Guess that worked pretty good. Literally, I just had my gloves 2 seconds ago. Maybe 3. Where did I even go? Here they are. Don't worry, I found them. All right, we have to now make a little filler piece to cap the end of this bad boy with. So let's use our grinder head cam. I'm not checking it, so hopefully you guys are looking at something good. Oh man, time out. I gotta switch my grinder blade. So where we're at now is I have this little piece cut how I liked it for the cap. Actually I had to do one more. I had it a little small, but I think that's how I want to do it, to where, you know, I'm just overlapping a little bit and then we fill in the seam with weld. However, like I've said before, I'm not any kind of expert welder, so I'm going to do some practice welding first. So I cut up some little tabs and I'm going to try to set up the same little gap or overlay and throw some sparks on a few pieces just to kind of get a feeling for my settings and the motion, and try to make it the best I can. See what happens. All right, done a little practicing. Feel like I got some pretty decent ones, so hopefully if I can get one that looks like this around the edge of that outrigger, I'll be happy. So I guess one of these days I just gotta go for it, so let's do it. All right, I think I got the mill scale cleaned off it, halfway decent, and got the little piece how I like it, and I've worked up the courage to actually give it a try. Start with a couple little tacks in each corner, or a tack in each corner probably. I gotta bring it ground. All right, now I gotta figure out how I want to actually do it. Something's being weird, damn it. What the f***? Practice, 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 then you go to the piece you're doing and it's all weird. Seems like I wasn't getting a good ground, but I'm grounded right to the piece. Oh, dang it. I don't know, this welding frustrates me. All right, we'll try again. What happened was I had a big gobula of weld on my welding tip and it was slowing my wire down, I believe. Cleaned it off and now it seems like it's working again. Let's see how bad I can screw this one up. Well, that one at least went smoothish. All right, well, not the prettiest welds the guy's ever seen. I can look inside and see that I got good penetration. The first one, see this one where the weld is pretty tall, that's where my wire was jamming up. I didn't get as good a penetration in that one, but I can still see some weld in there. All right, that's it for tonight. Short night, but I got both the outriggers made. Did some figuring where I'm gonna cut the bar. I just ain't gonna pull it out and cut it yet tonight. And then since I had the welding machine out, I went ahead and finished welding my seat brace from the other day that I never got done. So both of those are all done. So we'll come back out tomorrow, pull the main hoop, trim it, tack the outriggers on, and keep rolling on with this roll bar project. Rolling on, get it? Next day we are back out in the Montana garage. It's cold as usual, so I got the little rocker heater blaring away. But I just did my best non-scientific version of trying to figure out how much bar or how much to cut the main hoop on the bottom. So I held the outriggers up there, used a Sharpie, made a mark. Looks like I got to cut about 1 inch off of both sides. So I'll take the clamps down and my zip ties, pull this bad boy back out of here, find a way, I guess probably just with the death wheel, to try to cut a nice flat square cut on the bottom of these things. And then while it's out, we will figure out exactly where the outriggers go, which will be just obviously right below the hole. Get the die grinder and some discs out and buzz the primer off the frame and get ready to tack the outriggers in place and throw the main hoop back in. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Woo, hot in there. So there's probably a better way to do this. And I have the chop saw there, but that thing to me does not cut very straight. Like when I cut the outrigger stuff, I had to sit there and square it back up with the grinder. So I just put a mark around here at 1 inch, and we're gonna use the death wheel, and hopefully we can make a nice square cut. So we're trying to figure the outriggers out. Got my outrigger guy that I made and welded the cap on. Here's our hole for our roll bar. So I've got a mark on the frame, so I'm even with the hole. I'm gonna come down to the bottom of the frame, and that's where I'm gonna weld it. Now, visually it looks like this is going way down compared to the floor, but I think the floor is not perfectly level either. But it looks like I can tilt the outrigger up just a hair to get it to level. So I'm gonna take this outrigger out or back over to the grinder and trim like a 1/16 of an inch off the top so that it'll sit to where it says it's level. Now the car is probably not perfectly level. I mean, it should be pretty close. You can see I just got a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of wiggle room there to trim off the top, and then it'll sit flush. Let's give that a try. All right, a little trimmy. Now she sits on there pretty level. So I just gotta grind off some primer, some epoxy, and then figure out how to secure this in place, in the right place, and get her tacked. This is the part that hurts a little bit. I knew I was gonna have to eventually take the paint or primer off of this frame. It's epoxy primer, but it still hurts a little bit. Anyways, there'll be a little touching up to do, I guess. All right, now I just got to figure out how to get it exactly in the right spot, because We don't have a lot of room for error. I mean, the tube is pretty much as big as the spot it's trying to land on. So for a little one way or the other, it's gonna screw us up. And of course I can see the hole, and I tried to use this little piece of tubing to get us in the ballpark. So, all right, we'll come up with a way to hold this in place and get the welder out. All right, my plan was to put these outriggers on here, just kind of figuring I can get it right under the hole, but it's got to be pretty much like right on the money. So I think what I'm going to do is wrestle the main hoop or the roll bar back in there, get it kind of clamped in place like I had it before, and then that way I'll know that these are right. So let's wrestle with that for a little bit. Oh man, I like this heat. Do you like the video? If you do, hit the button. Roll bar is back in place. I think I like where it is. So I want to stay back as far as I can, but still kind of be behind the post. So I think I'm good with that. I'm glad I threw that in there instead of just trying to make this work by putting the outriggers in, lined up with the hole, because now I can see exactly that it's going to work for sure. So I got a bottle jack here holding the outrigger in place. I got the roll bar where I want it, and we got a little level on this outrigger. It's loose enough that I can move it just a hair. So I'm gonna grab the welder and I'm just gonna tack this in place. Maybe one tack on each side, I don't know. And then we'll go do the same thing on the other one. So I'll tack this outrigger, then I'll tack that outrigger, and then I will verify one more time that the roll bar is exactly where I want it. Then I will tack the roll bar to the outrigger on both sides. And the reason this is all just tacked together is because then I'll cut these tacks and let the whole thing slide down, and then I can weld the roll bar to the outrigger while it's down here and you got a little more room. Then I'll shove it back up in place and weld the outrigger solid. And I'm hoping that I can get the rear down bars kind of figured out and maybe tacked in place, and then when the bar comes down, that'll also give me more room to weld those. It's obviously gonna have to kind of tilt a little bit, or I'm not sure if that's gonna work. One way or another, we'll make it work at some point, someday, maybe. Okay, outliers are tacked in place. Bar is still just sitting on the outliers and then clamped to the sides. The car is not exactly level. Like if I do it on the dash, I get, bubble to the line on this side over here, and the roll bar is pretty level. But I can tell by when I do this with my hand, like my fingers, knuckles don't touch. Like they're just barely, like I just barely have to lift them up and they touch. And when I do the same thing on this side, boom, right there, I'm hitting the ceiling. So I think it's a minor adjustment, but I think I gotta pull the bar back out of here and trim like 1/8 of an inch off of this leg. The other thing I could do is just leave it, and then when I could weld this outrigger 1/8 inch higher, but I really don't want to go any higher. I don't know for sure if I'm ever going to put a headliner in here, but I want to, maybe have room to do that. And then gonna be tough to weld up here for the other ones. I'm hoping to do that when it drops down. And if we come down, then I may be able to still utilize a cover on this dome lamp. So I think I'll pull it all back out. It's not that big a deal. Trim like 1/8 inch off of the driver's side leg and put it back in. And I don't want to go any lower with the outrigger, like on this side, rather than trimming the bar. I could just move the outrigger down, but then it's going to be, below the bottom of the frame rail. Just for welding purposes, I'd like to keep it flush. So I think the best solution to the problem is trimming the bar. All right, I had to trim it twice, but I think now I'm happy with, as far as feel like the same distance in each corner. Looks pretty even across the bottom of the light there. So now I just got to get it clamped back in place, and then we'll put some tackies from the roll bar to the outriggers. All right, I got her clamped in place. I guess I'm happy with where it's at. So again, I didn't even put a level on it because the car's not level front to back. I'm just kind of going by, what's going to look right. So if I look right along the front of the roll bar, the front face of the roll bar pretty much is in line with this little crease right here on the doorway. Right, so it looks the same. When I look this way, it looks like that. And when I turn around and look back this way from the other side, it looks the same on both sides. I feel like I got the same clearance there and there. So we are gonna call that home for the roll bar and curl underneath, and now tack the bar to the outriggers. All right, we got some tacky done. So I guess in theory, should be able to take these clamps off of here. And like I said, it's just tacked, 2 tacks on each side, so I ain't gonna wail on it because it'll probably break off of there. Sometimes my tacks are a little weak, but I think I got it pretty good. All right, so there we go. There she's gonna live, at least temporarily. I mean, my hand, if I just barely lift it up, it touches. But just barely lift it up, it touches. Looks lined up. If you look at that brace along the lid, it looks pretty lined up. All right, main hoop is, well, it's not installed. Like I said, now we will cut the outriggers loose, let everything fall down, and then we can weld the bar to the outrigger. But I'm gonna start playing with the rear down bars and see how that's gonna go. Hopefully I can get them kind of tacked in place and then also weld them to the top of the bar once the bar's lowered a little bit. Well, that's it for tonight. Be sure to come back next time and watch me try to figure out how to install these rear down bars. That ought to be good. Thanks for watching.